Welcome to ComplyScan. As a HealthMart pharmacy, you now have exclusive access to the most advanced pseudoephedrine sales tracking solution available. Since you've already received the welcome email, you're only a few steps away from processing transactions. To begin, click on the Login button on the ComplyScan portal welcome page. Enter the username and password contained in your welcome email. We'll now be taken to the Store Manager portal page. From here, you can manage all aspects of ComplyScan, including running transaction reports for law enforcement. The first thing we'll need to do is to configure ComplyScan for your store. We've already entered your store name and location. You could confirm this information here. The next step is to add some clerks to your store. To do so, click on this button, and you'll be taken to the Store Clerks page. As you can see, we don't currently have any clerks for this store. To add an employee, click on the New Store Clerk button and enter the employee information. Click the CMEA Certified button if the clerk has already taken the required training to sell pseudoephedrine products. If you do not click this button prior to making a transaction, the clerk will be required to take the online CMEA certification through ComplyScan. Also, make sure that you click on the Enable Web Transaction button and fill in the appropriate information. You can see we've already included a username, but you can change this to whatever you'd like. And click Save. On this screen, you can review the clerk information. If you have any changes to make, just click on the Edit button. A welcome email with password will be sent automatically to the clerk. If you're satisfied, click the Close button. And you can see that the clerk now is in our employee list. If you'd like to edit the clerk, simply click on their name and you'll go back to the Edit screen. One important thing to note is that if you'll be doing transactions yourself, you'll want to set yourself up as a clerk too. Just follow the same steps we just showed you. The last step in configuring ComplyScan is to install the ActiveX component for your signature capture device. To do so, click on the My Applications button and then on the Devices button. Don't worry, if you don't have a signature capture device already, one's on its way. To download and install the driver, simply click on the SIG+ driver hyperlink and follow the directions on the screen. If you have any problems, just give us a call on the toll-free number that was included in your welcome email. To demonstrate a ComplyScan transaction, I'm going to log off as the current user by clicking the Log Off button, and then log in as the clerk we just created using the username and password that they received in their email. We're now on the Clerk Portal page. To record a transaction, click on the PSE Purchase Transaction button and enter in the customer's ID number. Typically, this is their driver's license number. Next, click on the Customer Details button, and if the person has ever purchased from a ComplyScan location anywhere in the United States, their information will automatically be filled in. If not, just complete the fields with a red asterisk. Next, click on the Products button. On this page, we'll record the products that the customer is buying. To make it easier for you, we've included a top 10 list for the products that are sold at your store. To select a product, click on its hyperlink, then click on the Add Product button, and you can see it show up below. You can continue adding products until the person is over their purchase limit. When that occurs, a dialog box will come up telling you what limit they've exceeded. Depending on how the store is configured, you may be able to override this limit by clicking on the Limit Exception box. However, in this case, I'll just remove a product. If your product does not show up on this list, you can click on the Show All Products to select from an expanded list, or manually enter a UPC code in the UPC code box. Next, I'll click on the Signature button. As the final step in the transaction, hand the signature pad that was included with ComplyScan Web to the customer. Ask them to sign their name, And when they're complete, click on the Accept Signature box and then Submit Transaction, and you're done. If you'd like to generate a receipt for the transaction, click on the Generate Receipt button. To demonstrate ComplyScan reporting, I'm now going to log off as the clerk and log back in as the store manager. Now that we're back at the main portal page, to see a 30-day summary of transactions, click on the 30-day summary button, and you'll see a list of transactions from the last month. To view the details of a transaction, click on its transaction ID, and you'll be taken to a screen that shows details on who purchased the product, their signature, and when the product was sold. To print a report for law enforcement, go back to the main portal page, click on the logbook icon, and then select the time period that you'd like to report on. And ComplyScan will generate a report that's suitable for law enforcement reporting of pseudoephedrine transactions. This report can be downloaded to your computer as a PDF or printed directly from ComplyScan. And this concludes our brief overview of ComplyScan. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call using the number that was found on your welcome email. Thanks very much, and enjoy using ComplyScan.